Let us now summarize our topic of data types and variables in Java. So in this topic, we learned about various data types, among which the first is the integer types. So in case of integer types, we checked out the byte, short, int, and also the long. Now these are all the size of these data types in bits. Now make a note, 8 bits equal to 1 byte. So here I have simply represented the size of the data type with the help of bits. And here I have two columns at the center, the minimum value that this data type can bear and also the maximum value that this data type can have. And on the right hand side, I have the literal format that shows that in case of long, we have to append capital L at the end. And for the rest of the integer types, it don't require any suffix. It is only in the case of long that we need to append capital L at the end. Now these are some examples of these data types, such as byte, short, int, and long. They all are basically number representation. Now proceeding forward, we saw the floating types, such as the float and double data type, and these are the size in bits, and here we have the smallest value that it can have and also the largest possible value that it can have. Now for the literal format, if you notice, in case of float, we need to have small f appended at the end, but in case of double, the suffix d is basically optional. If you want, you can have it, or if you don't want, then you don't need to have it. Now these are some examples in front of you. So here the float contains f at the end, and in case of double, if you want, you can also remove this d. It will then work fine as well. And now at the end we have the Boolean and character data type. So for the Boolean, the size it takes is basically 1 bit. And as for example, the Boolean variable can only contain the values of true and false. Then comes the character data type, whose size is 16 bits, that is equivalent to 2 bytes. And in case of character, we have such examples. And in each of the example, if you notice, we have a single character within the single code, such as $, alphabet A, number 3, and here at the end, I have some Unicode character. Now whenever you notice backslash followed by U and then some value which is basically the hex value, then always remember these basically represent one character. Like in our case, this bunch of value represent the rupee symbol. So this was all about the data type and variable in case of Java. Now coming up next, we are going to check out how can we take user input and store those values inside the variables and use it as per our requirement.